This is Roy with Talksville Central RTV Style, and today we have the insurance show. And here is my co-host, Sarky. How's it going, Sarky? How you doing
Awesome.
today? Wow,
Awesome. Doing
man.
great, man.
It's been a while, man, since I seen you here. What's going on with you, man?
Oh man, how'd you do with the weather going on, man? The high winds, the hail, the
I was
hurricane
home
force gust, and everything else.
I was
Huh?
home doing lessons, but then the afternoon
Oh,
popped out, and it was really, really cool, man. So it was a good time. It was a good time. It was
I
a
stepped out. I stepped out at midnight, and the lightning was wow. It looked like a freaking light show. It was bad, man.
No, no, pues está bien. So cool, man. So we're gonna be talking about insurance today, and we got the guy that knows and has the answers, Hector Hernandez from that red insurance
State Farm.
State Farm. Without further ado, here's the man of the hour, Hector. What's
Awesome.
going on, Hector? You doing all
Hey,
right?
thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you
Oh
having me on
man,
the show.
you
Thank
are
you.
Awesome.
awesome. And
Perfect timing. Perfect
hey, there
timing.
we go. Look at
It's
this.
like it's like they say, hey, like a good neighbor, yeah.
State Farm's there.
All
Absolutely.
right, all
State
right. And
Farm's
you know what?
always here, man.
Last night it brought to my mind all the needs, that people forget we need insurance. We need to get our homes covered because we got hurricane season right around the corner.
That's right. June is hurricane. That's when it
Mhm.
starts. But this week, FEMA is announcing to everyone to spread the word. The emergency management centers are getting together. City of Brownsville had an expo this afternoon. So you need to stay alert. With that rude awakening this morning at 4 o'clock, I mean, it hit Brownsville. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning when I woke up. Thunder and lightning and rain, thunder and lightning and rain.
Oh
I said,
my.
well, and of course, some of the areas of Brownsville and Cameron County, Hidalgo County got affected with flash floods. Now, I think up in the brush country there was some hail reported.
They had softball size hail. They
Imagine
had
that.
softball
Dude,
size
that is
hail.
huge.
It was coming from Roma, Edinburgh, McAllen, Upper Valley. I mean, we got lucky because as it was approaching the lower valley, it was dissipating. But hey, we're not always gonna be that lucky. So
That's right. That's right. So what
That
we
I
wanted to
mean, that,
bring up is the importance of insurance. I I don't know about you, but the topic is right on point. With
yeah.
today's thunderstorms, we never know when it's our turn to get
mhm.
affected. So what we wanted to bring up is the just the conversation. If you have an agent, talk to your insurance agent, double check your coverage, because most people that have home insurance feel that they are already protected for flash floods, but that may not be in your insurance policy. So what we do is we ask them to stop in, come into the Hector Hernandez State Farm office. We'll review the policy, and as a courtesy, we can go ahead and take a look and let you know what's actually missing from the policy.
Where they're at. That's true because sometimes, we don't speak the language. And so, we don't speak insurance language. And so we buy something and we're thinking we bought this or we bought that. And then, uh, you know, disaster hits and we're not covered. And what do you mean we're not covered? I paid for this. I paid for that.
That's
And
very
that's the
true.
worst feeling you can have because you think you're covered, but you're
Hmm.
not. And then sometimes if an agent's not like you that's willing to explain and go the extra mile and explain it in ways that we, the non-insurance people, can understand it, then they just take your money and ni modo, not to badmouth anybody, but sometimes that's unfortunately that's how business is conducted. Sometimes by mistake because maybe the agent might feel like you know what you're talking about. And then sometimes the customer is intimidated or doesn't ask the right questions, and so you know things,
Yeah,
the I's don't get dotted and the T's don't get crossed, and
yeah.
then
Well, a lot of times
turn into
you're not gonna have communication with insurance guy that you got, because it's gonna be when you need them, when you got something happen to your home, and now you're looking and you're hoping that you're covered. Now they're gonna tell you, hey, well, yeah, you've got damage from water, you've got damage from wind. We are gonna cover so and so, but you're not covered with wind. Okay, my roof blew,
yeah,
so yeah, but you're not covered with the wind. So you gotta make sure that you've got all the coverage necessary. And this is where Hector comes in, where he's willing to explain to you what kind of insurance, or how much insurance you have on your home, even if it's from another insurance company, just so that he explains it to you. I mean, like Royal says, not everybody's willing to sit down and explain to you how the insurance works, or break it down to different areas. Wind, rain, flood, and vice versa. But here we have Hector, who's going to tell us exactly, a lot
yeah.
of different situations and stuff. So
That's
Well,
right.
Hector, do you want me to go through some pictures, or what do you want
Please,
to do?
please. I've
All
got
right,
my
so
phone number.
let's hit the, well, this by, in case you don't know, this is Hector Hernandez. He's the agent at State Farm, and there's his phone number, 956 621 That's pretty easy. Of course, he's got a website there, hectorhernandez.com. And there's another one too. I think we'll put that one up in a little bit. But let's move on. Let's see the first picture that we see here. I mean, so here, this is very common. In fact, I already saw some branches that were down. Actually, the last storm that came by, we actually saw trees that were down, and that kind of deal. And so it was a scary situation, because, again, like, I don't know, this roof got beat up by this tree.
That's
So
right. So
tell us.
if Ray, now if you need to file a claim from your home insurance, just remember there's always going to be a deductible. A
Yeah.
deductible, some people may call it a copay. So the lowest deductible in our area that I've seen for windstorm coverage is 2%. 2%. So if your house is worth $200,000, your deductible right there, it's going to be $4,000. 2% of 200,000, that's $4,000. So
Wow.
you may have your neighbor that has an old tree that's been infected by termites, but he never chops it down, and it falls on your house. Well, whose responsibility is to move it from your roof? Right? It may be
Right.
your neighbor, or it may be your responsibility. But
Well,
when it comes time to filing a claim, take a look at your policy, because more than likely you're going to have a 2%, 3%, 4%, or 5% deductible. A
wow,
deductible. Okay, so if your house is worth 200,000 and the lowest deductible for windstorm that I've seen in our area is 2%, so think of it as a copay of $4,000.
and a lot of people don't have $4,000 to give down to put their money down, and so there you go. Either there goes the savings, either they have savings, or gotta go pawn a lot of stuff, or I don't know, or just leave it alone.
That's right.
Some people just leave it alone, or they go cheapy. They go cheapy, you know.
Some
They
some some individuals will insure their home for fire, but won't include the windstorm damage. Okay, so when you have windstorm protection, that covers wind-driven rain. Wind-driven rain. So water's coming in from the roof, from the windows. That's typically going to be covered as a named peril. So wind-driven rain. So if it comes in through the windows or through the roof, more than likely your policy is going to be taken care of.
Yeah. And in other words, if you don't have the wind, or what did you say it's called?
It's
The
called
wind.
wind-driven rain. Some people
If you
just
don't
have
have
fire
that, and
insurance.
and fire and water comes in the house and floods it, or are we talking a different thing there? Because that would be flood insurance, or
That's a separate insurance
that's a
policy.
separate issue, right?
So if you have water coming in from the street, rising water coming in from a resaca or a canal, or it could be a mudslide,
Mm-hmm.
that would be considered flood insurance. So you'd
Okay.
have to come into the office, and we'll explain a little more of
Yeah.
the benefits of having flood insurance.
And then there's also the type of roofs. I know, like in my case, we had a certain roof that the insurance wouldn't cover, and it had to be a different type of roof. And there's certain things like that too that come into play. But yeah, anyway, this tree fell down, and so what's the situation here? I mean, what would be? I mean, let's say this owner is insured. What would you would take care of everything, obviously, right? Or
Most insurance companies are going to ask you as the owner to protect your home.
yeah.
If you have access to a contractor or call your agent, a lot of times we have individuals that can go up, board up the windows to prevent further damage, or possibly even put a tarp on your roof, because you're living there, so it's still your responsibility to keep your home from gaining any additional water entry.
Wow. Yeah. That's true. Let's see the next picture here, and here we have the same. In fact, this is a huge tree because, I mean, you can see the sizes it's going up to the roof, and that gentleman's working on it or trying to, top it down or whatever, branch by branch, or that's a big job right there.
Yep. So let's say your policy covers $1,000 to remove the tree and haul it off, but you still have to consider the deductible to repair your roof.
Yeah. And also,
Okay.
you can see all there's a lot of stuff in the front. So obviously, they took a lot of stuff from the inside out already, and because I mean, that pretty much looks like a nice home. Just based on just what you see there. So yeah,
So,
that's
so
hard, man.
when you consider hurricane season, maybe this is the best time to look around and try to trim the trees. If you see any branches that are right above your roof line, call a handyman. Get those trees trimmed. You want to avoid a lot of the larger branches. Keep them from growing above your roof line.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Let me go to the next picture here, and let's see what is this. Oh, but this is while you're driving, right? Yeah.
That's right. So rising water could happen from a creek. Rising water can come in from a resaca, and of course, you have to follow the safety signs. There's barriers that are placed on roads. Many county roads will go out and close roads, but there's individuals that are tercos. They want to get to the office quick
Mhm.
or get home fast, and they try to drive around some barriers. And
Wow.
that's just like the sign says: turn around, don't drown.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And so. So this is insurance for the vehicle. The vehicle, of course, is well. First of all, and Sharky's told us this before in the car kit tip shows: don't drive over water. That's one. But I guess we're relating this to this type of water, not necessarily with the car, but this water coming into your home or it building up, and am I right? Is that
That's right. So if you have to evacuate, be very careful, because a lot of times they'll have evacuation routes set up throughout the city or throughout the county and even the state. But if you see a creek or a resaca or a large puddle of water, be careful.
Yeah, especially if you can't see the edge. If you can't see the edge, the water's, is higher. It's much higher. I mean, if you can't see the curve,
Yeah.
you have problems. Because that water's beyond above the street completely.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, it's the here we go. Okay, don't underestimate the power of water. Okay, 6 inches of fast moving water can knock over and carry away an adult. Orale,
That's 6 inches of water. So imagine that. Okay, and then you got 12 inches of water. You can actually move a car.
yeah,
And then the next one says what, 18 to 24
18 to
inches?
24 inches can move an SUV, a large SUV, a van, or trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Orale. So because water has power.
That's right.
It's
Mhm.
powerful force. It's water is not wimpy. I mean, water is you
And
know
it travels pretty fast. So if you've got an area that's prone to flooding, if you consider all the construction in our area, every time they put in a new building, they're eliminating a lot of the soil where that water
Yeah.
can seep into. Yes, we have retaining wall, the retaining ponds, but after a while, that retaining wall can actually overfill and pour back into the roads
Mm-hmm.
and into your homes.
That's true, especially if you live near Resaca, uh,
Yeah.
which I do, but it's in the backyard. But still, you know, I mean, I live off Boca Chica, and
Well,
you know,
Ray,
every
your
time
house
it
is up in
rains,
a hill, though.
yeah,
Yours is pretty elevated.
yeah,
It's
it's
up in a
pretty
hill.
elevated, but still, the Resacas on both sides come out. I mean, not all the way, but it takes over one lane on both sides.
And that's Boca Chica area.
That's Boca Chica, man, right there
Mhm.
where the Methodist church is at, and it's like that happens, you think about it. That's a large resaca on both sides, and yet it still comes out, so it's
You've
like,
seen the entry of the Brownsville Country Club. Have you
no,
seen Paredes Line Road by the event center?
no, no,
There's areas that you need to get on just to go to work or
yeah,
pick up your children.
yeah. I know another area that floods is over by the post office on what is it? Oh,
Los Ebanos.
on Los Ebanos, man.
Hmm.
All that block, that whole corner, into about the first entrance of the post office, it's underwater all the time.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
wow. Let's move to the next one here. So again, more flooding. Uh,
So if you're stuck at home and the flooding is coming from let's say a severe category 3, 4, or 5 hurricane, remember the Rio Grande River is flowing towards the ocean, and then
right.
of course you have the ocean coming towards the river. So those two forces of water are against each other, and what's going to happen? It's going to start pouring into the streets of Brownsville.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have some levees, and we've got some areas that are capable of holding back the water, but eventually, if you're trapped in your home, they suggest get to higher second floor area.
Mhm.
Don't wait it out in your attic, and if you have to, you'd have to get on the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, in this case, this picture, either this house has a basement or it's just 2 story, and the bottom floor is already underwater in this case, and it's like, wow, yeah,
There's individuals that have lived through some rising water, and they already know every time it's going to rain, you know 3 to 4 inches. Depending on their neighborhood, they'll start putting their sofas on bricks. They put their beds on bricks, their
Mm-hmm.
furniture on bricks.
yeah.
But
Here's a question from Daniel Salinas: does insurance cover rising or rushing water?
that's what our topic is tonight.
Yeah,
Uh, Looking at FEMA flood coverage. FEMA flood coverage.
yeah. And so does it? I guess if you're insured for that, what insurance does he need?
Now, for your vehicle, of course, you'd have to have comprehensive coverage for your vehicle.
Uh huh.
And on your home, you'd have to have the rising water coverage would be from FEMA, flood insurance. Flood insurance.
Flood insurance, and that'll cover it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just lost.
Good question.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to know all these questions because not only sure not just because you have a you have insurance are you covered, because you have to be covered by a certain specific type of policy.
Hey,
Is there?
what about individuals that are moving in to a brand new home and the house isn't ready, so they have to rent an apartment?
Oh,
If you're in an apartment, do you think they're going to cover you for
There's
flood?
there's rentals coverage, no, or rental insurance.
Rental insurance covers theft, fire, and plumbing leaks. Plumbing leaks. It doesn't
Oh,
cover rising water.
oh,
wow.
Okay, so it's a good idea if you live especially on the bottom floor of an apartment,
Right.
consider getting flood insurance.
Wow.
wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good question. That's a good, comment there. All right, let's look at the next picture here. Okay. Este, let me just zoom in a little bit so we can see. Here he goes. Protect against fire. If you live in a flood-prone area, take proactive measures. They are a must in order to protect your house and your valuables. Take pictures of your valuables for insurance in inventory.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Be a good idea to take photos. Take a photo of every appliance, every electronic. Try to get the serial numbers in the back because you never know. You might have to replace it. They're going to want to replace it. You want to replace it with a TV that was manufactured, back in the 80s, especially if you bought a brand new TV, right? So take a picture of the front and try to take a picture of the back of your stereo, your electronics. Get the model number or the serial number.
Okay.
That way, if you do file a claim, your insurance company will know what that TV or that electronic equipment was manufactured.
And it's worth, more or less, right?
That's right.
Store more important documents in waterproof containers. And I guess you're saying you're using here kind of like a styrofoam cooler, or is that that's what it looks like?
You've got storage containers that you can put your let's say birth certificates. All right, you want to put those in it.
Pictures. That's the
deal. Your marriage license.
Your wedding albums and stuff like that.
Your wedding albums. That's right.
Yeah, because if you're flooded, man, you won't be able to save anything.
And more than likely, your insurance is not going to replace something that has sentimental value. You've got a lot of pictures from grade school.
Yeah.
But I found a trick. If they ever stick because of a water damage, you can put them in the freezer.
All right.
And the freezer will of course, with the temperature changing, separate them.
Cool.
Okay. And then the photos, put them on a USB if you can.
Yeah. That way they're there all the time. A ver, ¿qué más? Keep your valuables out of the basement so that they don't get damaged by water. Get flood insurance so you're protected against damage of a flood. There you go. Sign up for local weather alerts, so you got to know what's going on as far as the weather is concerned. Let me bring Sharky back in. Dice, learn about your flood risk and floodplain in your area at floodsmart.garn. Wow, let me. I think this is something we need to put in here.
Yeah, floodsmart.gov.
And yeah, I think I got it right. Yeah, I did. And here it is, man. Look it up. Go here and man, well, you know what? Maybe we can go to it right now and we can show this a little bit of it, and
or just come by my office. Come by my office and we can look it up, right?
Right. Here we go. We can show it. We can show it now so people will know what it looks like. Hold on. Here we go. Oops, there it is. So this is what it looks like, guys. This is what this web page looks like, and of course, it's got everything. I'm sure.
Yeah, some interesting articles.
Yeah. It's got stuff on buying a policy, renewing one, the risk and the costs, before and after the flood zones, the map of that. This is FEMA, and so guys, this is something good. This is a good website to go. Mm-hmm. And really educate yourself, and really, the best thing to do is go visit Hector, and he can go and really show you what this is about. Because a lot of times we might not understand what this is. We have the information, but we can't make heads or tails out of it because, I don't know. I might not.
Hector, is there a difference between insurance or that I will have to look for insurance into a mobile home versus a regular home?
They'll ask you if you have a tie-down certificate before you even insure it. Okay. A tie-down certificate shows that an engineer actually strapped your mobile home down. Okay. So to get insurance, you have to make sure that you speak to an engineer, and whoever sold you that mobile home, make sure that it was uh,
Okay.
placed in the lot properly
Right.
and secured.
Not just do it yourself or get a couple of guys in the
Now,
home to do it.
now let's say it's already set and it was a preset. I just came in and didn't get any of that. Is there
So
anybody I can call to get?
there's I've got some phone numbers of engineering companies around the valley that will
Mhm.
actually go out and inspect your property, your mobile home, and see if it's tied down securely.
Okay.
Okay, and they'll for a small fee, I can give you the numbers
Oh,
later.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, because better safe than sorry because you need that, you know, what is it, that code or that guarantee or that little sticker that says, okay,
Yeah, the
this bid
certificate.
has been approved by Inspector 44 or whatever.
So again, just to recap, if you're renting a condo or you're renting an apartment and your landlord says, "Don't worry about it. We have your property insured." Well, you might ask them, "Well, how much is insured and what's covered?" They may just be covering the walls out, the
Oh,
building,
yeah,
but they may not be covering your contents, your personal belongings.
their assets, right?
And more than likely, they're not going to be covering flood, rising water from the ground up. They may cover wind-driven rain, and they may cover plumbing leaks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another point to note is that some insurance carriers will actually recommend that you call in a claim and let them know within 30 days. If you fail to report it after 30 days, it may not be covered.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Wow,
Mhm.
let's go back to the picture here. Here we go. We're working on this one here. Of course, keep a supply of sandbags, plywood, plastic sheeting, lumber to protect your home. I guess in case a window breaks or something like that, or like for instance, French doors. Sometimes if it's gonna be really bad, you might as well put some plywood on it.
Yep. You've
Things
got
like that.
you can have a tropical depression or you can have a hurricane. Back in the days we used to put tape on the windows and then put plywood over them as well.
Wow.
If you don't have shutters, you may have to budget and get some wood and cover up your windows. And in the sandbags, the county and the city's offering sandbags as well.
Hmm.
Put them.
Oh yeah, like uh, rice water or the rice water heater. Uh, especially if it's an electric one.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. No, pues está bien. Let's go to this one. Some tips here. All right, so let's guide us through this, Hector. What's this thing here? This is before stayed informed of all local news. Prepare an emergency bag with with food, drugs, documents, flashlight, pet items. Yeah, if you have a pet, you gotta have a goodie bag for him. It's something that he'll travel. Know how to get, know how to get out of there. What are the routes?
What are the routes? Uh huh.
You know,
That's right. Hey,
leave
Ray, does
before
four
flooding
does does
starts.
does Four Corners still flood?
You know what? I went by there today. It was a Tuesday. Of course, Tuesday I go have Mole at Carolina's, and it didn't seem like it did. I don't know. I didn't see a lot of pictures of Four Corners flooding. It used to, but now since they did uh, that merch thing that they did, that
Uh
medium,
huh.
maybe they also worked on the drainage as well, and maybe that helped. Supposedly, it was flooding and it was going down, but I don't know what happened. Today.
There's also Kings Highway and Robindale by the PUB.
Yeah,
If you
those
if you
floods.
that area usually floods, right? So
Yeah, yeah, Eckley floods. Right around in between. I
mhm.
think in
And
between
Olivera,
Oliveira and Eckley, it floods,
right in that little corner.
and it's like
And
I
then
don't know.
any other Sharky? What about your area?
Over here, the only areas that I have pretty much are Wilson Road and Harlingen. Um, on frontage, and then some of the neighborhoods are they've gotten a lot better. They put in bigger drain pipes and stuff, so they've cleared a lot of obstacles that they've had before. But Wilson is one of the ones that struggled that whole area, and you're talking about 2 feet deep, 2.5 feet deep sometimes.
Wow.
So on the front, so a lot of times you'll see two, three cars out there that are struggling. You know, they still try and drive through there.
The Rivera High School, the parking lot used to flood, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
see
true.
some photos on social media.
Yeah, I know Westlaco, man. The last time it was really bad. I mean, blocks. I would say maybe 10, if not 20 blocks
Mhm.
were underwater, and I mean you couldn't see the streets. I mean, when you can't see the streets for that many blocks, that says a lot. That's sad. Okay, like during a flood, is to disconnect all electricity and the gas. Don't walk or drive. Don't drive in flood water, but don't walk in flood water. Uh, just because you can hurt yourself or step over something that you shouldn't. I
Well, it's
mean,
also because you get sewer water that goes into the regular flood water, and that's pretty toxic. So
yeah,
Hmm.
bad for your bacteria.
and just get to higher ground.
Yeah.
And some of your larger TVs have small. Uh, they've got sensors, and if you keep them plugged in, you have a lightning strike. Oftentimes that will affect your television.
Wow.
We
It's
had I heard that there was a home up in the Upper Valley that was struck by lightning last night.
So
orale.
yeah, that is pretty powerful. It could cause severe damage to all your electronics.
Hmm.
Yeah, don't touch your power lines in case, and avoid contact with water and swimming. That's what Sharky was saying. It's that don't go housed, don't go home to a disaster area until it's declared safe. Because even though you can get through it, like this person here is, using, some means to get to his home. Uh, there's still problems.
Yep, your whole neighborhood could be flooded, and
Uh,
so they've got barriers that do not enter. Well, they want you to stay out.
and here's something interesting here. It says after a flood, of course, this is after a flood, right? It's when back home, clean and disinfect surfaces and items, and you would, I mean, maybe it makes sense, but you would think, okay, just get rid of the water, just make sure the water's going and is out, but also disinfect, which means, like Sharky was saying, bacteria that come in because they're
Hmm.
exposed to the water, they mix. Wow. And so much. As Daniel has another thing here. I had to drain my pool because it was overflowing. If water from a pool enters the house, it wouldn't be covered under homeowners policy, and would I have to get separate flood insurance for that
Yeah, he'd have to get separate flood insurance.
for his swimming pool, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
Daniel, I have a question for Daniel. Hey, Daniel, if the ground is really really wet right now, and you are draining your pool and it's an in-ground pool, it's not a great idea because that thing can float right up and get destroyed. You might want to wait until that ground it starts to dry up some more, because it can ruin a pool.
A regular pool, cement
Yeah,
pool.
a cement pool, it'll float up. If there's a lot of groundwater, the pool itself would float up,
Oh yeah,
and
because it loses its foundation in a sense,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
yeah, and it destroys all the plumbing underneath, and it cracks and breaks it. And
Unless he's got certain pipes and the certain pipe goes made or resaca or something like that. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah. Too late. Yeah, I did it already. Oh my
ugh,
goodness. Wow. Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense because you know, yeah, that makes sense because you're losing all the ground on it, and it's like ground is not steady. Against water,
yeah.
it'll mess with it. All right, so here we go. Take us through this. This is flood. And Hector, you want to read that? What do we?
Okay, so remember the flood insurance is going to cover flood damage from hurricanes and other storms. It could even be a mudslide, but not all storm-related water damage is from flooding. Okay, damage from rainwater that's actually coming in from the windows or doors, the walls, or the roof is covered through your windstorm policy. It's not going to be covered through your flood policy.
Okay.
All right, so that's why you have a separate policy. Windstorm covers wind-driven rain. So that's water that's coming in through your doors, through the ceiling. Possibly you might have a leak in the ceiling of your bedroom
Right.
from a gap that could have come from a vent in your roof.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on the direction of the wind. You may have gable vents on the side of your house, and the direction of the wind is coming in. You might see some water coming in through the attic, caused by the wind.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So your windstorm covers. That's what that's for. But the flood insurance is for rising water from the ground up.
Yeah. No, you can't stop the water; it just goes through. The other one is there's no water on the ground; it's raining. It's water that's raining, right? In other words, it's coming from rain, basically.
Yep. But now
Windstorm.
people say, hey, if rain's coming down onto the street and then all the street floods into my house, that's wind-driven rain. Yeah, but it came from the ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it touches the ground, it's a different animal. It's
It's a flood. Yeah.
it's no longer wind driven,
Right.
right?
It's
Because
they
it
call
already
it.
touched the ground. Once it touches the ground, it's even though it came from the sky, it's not wind driven anymore.
Right. So
It's
that's a different peril. They call them named
wow,
perils.
wow,
So
interesting.
is there an insurance that just covers the whole thing, everything?
Just talk to your agent.
Oh,
Okay.
And I guess you would have to buy the flood insurance and the wind driven insurance
Right.
or windstorm insurance. Wow.
Correct.
Let's see. What about this here?
So when you're considering insuring your home, you wanna insure your home for the right value. And the National Association of Realtors has actually said that calculate the purchase of a new home is 55% more expensive than a year ago. Have you looked at some of the homes on Zillow and Realtor.com?
yes.
And it's amazing, right? You really can't find a home under 200,000,
No. They've gone
right?
up drastically.
So it says mortgages now compared to just a few months ago are costing more money for home buyers. For a medium price home, the price difference is $300 to $400 more per month.
Hmm.
See, so right now, Sharky and Ray, if you're in a position where you can pay off your house, that's great. But just because you paid off your home doesn't mean that you have to stop insuring it, because now you got to protect your equity.
Right.
I talk to a number of friends, family, and customers. I tell them, look, if you want to insure your home, let's take a look at the value, because if you have a total loss and you're insured for 125,000, where are you going to go? Are you going to be able to rebuild that same house for 125,000?
Mm-mm.
And more than likely, you won't be able to build it for the same price that you're insured at. So it's very important to look at your declaration page, talk to your agent, and make sure that you have enough insurance for your home.
Mhm.
Wow.
You don't want to be underinsured, right?
Right, right.
All
Wow.
right.
And then this next slide says, with the home values having surged in the past 2 years, have you checked your homeowner's insurance to see what the insured value needs to be? So again, if the bank says, hey, you only owe me 100,000, but your home is worth 200,000, well, the bank's gonna get paid. But what about the value of your home if you have to rebuild it? That means you have to get another loan.
Wow. So always insure for the full value, not for what you owe.
Yes, right, right.
Yeah, because
Why don't you pull up? Hey, do me a favor.
that's what you got.
Can you pull up Zillow or Realtor.com?
Yeah, just put it on the private chat, and I'm able to. Let's see.
Zillow.com.
And look for just some houses in our Brownsville area.
Yeah.
It's Z what Sharky. Oh yeah.
Z. Yeah.
CI right?
Yes.
ZILLOW.
Alright. Their
And just
company, right? Hold on, let me
look
see.
for homes for sale in Brownsville.
Ándale, real estate home for selling. Ándale, que está. And let me put this. Let me put this page over here. Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. And all right, let me share this. Okay, let me split this.
Sharky, how are we doing in time?
We're doing great.
Good.
All right, so there we go. And we got Brownsville. I'm gonna hit the deal here. And let's see. This house, the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $179,900. Only 13 square feet.
1,300 square feet.
That's not too big.
No.
Wow.
Look at this house. It's almost 3,000 square feet. It's 480,000, and that's unbelievable.
$500,000.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Let's go for a tour.
480,000. Okay.
And this is
what's the square footage? 3,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And it's not a brick home.
No, but Sharky, everything's selling for about $130 to $150 a square foot.
And this is 5-bath, 5-bedroom.
Okay.
Wow. Here's an inexpensive one, I guess. Well, look at even this one. This one's central unit. It's 140,000.
What size?
And
1,000 square feet, 1,100 square feet.
Yeah, 1,100 under 1,200 square feet. It's only a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It looks pretty spacious, but
that's a condo, no?
That's like a condo, yeah.
Again, it's selling over $100 a square foot, 130.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're asking for about $862 a month. Wow. Well, here's a nice one here. All right, let me just look at this one. This house here is 310. 310,000.
And what's the size? How many square feet?
2,000. 2,100.
2,100 square feet for
That's
300.
a 4-bedroom, 3-bath.
Okay, Sharky. So consider this: if you're home right now, you say, "Hey, my house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and I remember when I paid $175,000 for it,
Mm-hmm.
and it burns to the ground." Well, you have to, if you want to move, where are you going to move to? It's going to be pretty difficult to find another home within that price range.
No. It's going to be a major downgrade.
Yeah, because the price of lumber's gone up. The raw materials are expensive.
Yeah.
Look at this one, man. This one, and this, you would think it would be bigger, but it's only a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. This is, of course, 3,600 square feet, but it's priced at $725,000.
Wow.
Okay.
And it doesn't even come with a pretty yard. Oh, yeah. It's a 2 garage. You can see there's 2 garages there, but and I'm sure that the garage is part of that 3,600 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
So the living space is reduced because that's a big garage.
It looks like an 800 square foot garage, más o menos.
It might be bigger because it's a 2-car garage, and it's got a window. It's I mean, it looks bigger than that. Unless it's got a utility room back in there or something like that.
So
I mean,
Ray, I invite anybody over to my office, and I've got some licensed team members that can help review their policies.
Wow.
You want to make sure you have the adequate coverage.
Yeah, with the prices now, you sure do want to know you're not underinsured for sure.
Mm-hmm.
no dice que what it has, but yeah, you're right. ¿Qué más? Let's look for a cheapy house.
There is no cheapy house.
Here it is. That's the cheapest one I see so far. It's 159,900. Well, basically 160,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Oh man, no way! It's only 1,200 square feet.
1,200 square feet.
Hey,
1,250.
built in 1969.
Nah, that's an old house.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is an old house. Yeah, you're right.
It's an older house.
It is an older house. So it's gonna probably have plumbing issues and
Foundation.
foundation, depending. Well, you can look at the crack here. Look at the crack here on the driveway.
Now, on older homes like that, can you insure older homes like that with foundation issues and stuff? Or?
It has to meet the appraisal depending on your lender, and which mortgage you're going with, kind of plan. It could be a conventional loan, or it could be an FHA loan,
Okay.
or a VA loan. So it's based on the qualifications of your mortgage company, and they're going to look at the appraisal.
Oh, okay. So the appraisal is pretty much going to tell you what you can go on and stuff, and what kind of.
I found you. This is a mobile home. This might be a mobile home.
Yes,
It is.
It's a mobile home. And it's 50 G's. It's a 1-bedroom, 2-bath, 800 square feet. Oh my God, that's
Hey, 50 G's, man. Mine is newer than that and bigger than that.
There you go.
But this is like
And I didn't pay no
this
50
is a
G's.
college dorm, man.
Hey, I didn't pay no 50 G's.
This is a 1-bedroom with 2 bath. At least it's got 2 bath, but it's 1 bedroom.
Well, Ray, you may have some followers that are relocating from out of town. We do have some Winter Texas that have some mobile units like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they can call me, and I'll be happy to give them a quote.
Yeah, actually, I have.
Shout out to Winter Haven.
We have a couple of mobile home parks here in Harlingen, large mobile home parks, and a lot of them are asking questions on insurance and stuff, especially some areas that flood over here. So yeah, I'll be sending them some info and sending them your way if they have any question. Talk to you, Hector.
Great, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, man, you can do so. Mira, aquí está otra chiquita. We're under 100 grand. Oh, this is a downtown. This is a downtown area. This is $75,000. It's it doesn't even say how many bathrooms and how many bath it has. This is only 1,100 square feet, but I guess it's got it out.
Oh wait, it's gutted. Yeah, there's nothing in it.
It's an old home that they're just getting out. But even
Wow.
yeah, they're probably selling it just for the lot, because the house is not going to be worth it. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Wow. Get somebody started a job and just couldn't do it.
Okay, so again, we talked about the FEMA coverage. Individuals that were moving from Louisiana into the temporary shelters when they had to come down to Houston, it was like, wow, just because you have a natural disaster, the government's not going to go give you a check for free.
Huh.
They're going to ask if you have insurance. If you don't have insurance, that renovation is going to come in the form of a loan. And you have to have credit too.
Yeah.
So if you don't have insurance, you're going to be hurting.
Yeah, a lot of people were misinformed the last time, and they were believing they were going to receive a check in the mail with no insurance.
I thought it was free money.
Yep.
Okay,
so
improvements.
This next slide, talk to your agent. Oftentimes they can help you by working with your budget, taking a look at how uh, the house was built, the characteristics when it was built, and then we always ask if you have smoke detectors, if you have a monitored security system that that reports to the police department, and that it reports to the fire department. Some people say, yeah, well, I put up my own cameras. It reports to my cell phone. Well, that's great, but you're not going to get a discount on your home insurance.
Ándale.
It needs to be monitored, and we ask for a certificate, okay,
Yeah.
from your alarm company.
Órale. Oh, yeah. Upgraded doors and windows. What do
Right,
you mean
there's
by that?
you've got storm doors,
Uh,
and windows as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's for larger homes, you may have a indoor fire suppression system. Then
hmm.
you've got high impact roofs. You've seen metal roofs,
Yeah.
right? And then you've got the 20-year and the 30-year roofs. You got to make sure that you know where to shut off your water, your power, and your gas.
Hmm. Interesting. Again, these are some of the things here. Find Hector. Aquí arriba should say find Hector.
That's right. You want to be able to communicate with your agent. It's makes sense to speak to somebody in the same city. Oftentimes, you have individuals that shop online, but you may get an individual shopping online. That person on the other line of the phone is happy to make a sale, and then he's never going to answer the phone again, especially
Right.
when you have questions.
Yeah, and that's the time you really need them because you have questions, and it's like, I need answers, man. Hey, let's. What do you mean? What do you mean? Or I thought I paid for that, or you told me that I was insured. I bet you hear that one all the time.
Well, remember we talked about the deductible.
Yeah,
You may have a 1% deductible for fire or plumbing leak, but you more than likely you're gonna have a 2% deductible for the windstorm coverage. And if your house is valued at 200,000, that 2% is equaling up to $4,000. So some customers they don't like to hear the fact that say, what do you mean I have to pay $4,000? Well, any covered expense above the deductible is going to get reimbursed to you.
wow.
Okay, so I have customers say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and save the amount of my deductible. I'll put in the savings for emergencies. I'm not going to touch it, so that way they can, partially self-insure themselves. So if you have a $5,000 deductible, keep that 5,000 in the savings
Right.
for
But
for that for
how
that
many
rainy
times
day,
does that happen?
right?
Something happens, and you
Wow.
know where you go to. You know. And yeah, go over your policy once a year. I mean, yeah, don't. Yeah, because things change, laws changes. Uh, yeah.
Let's
Well,
not
even a
wait.
mortgage company, a lot of times you have a mortgage, you sign it off, you're a proud owner of a home, and then there's a servicing agent that's going to take over that loan. And your loan may be sold to another company. And oftentimes they keep the money in escrow. You got to make sure you have the right coverage in escrow too.
Órale. No,
We
no, no.
can't wait until we need it to find out the bad news, right?
Yep, yep. So my number is 956-621-4422. I have a website that you can get a lot of information. It's the www.hectorhernandez.us. That's a website. I've got some interesting articles on my page. That www.hectorhernandez.us. Okay,
There
guys.
we go.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Y'all be safe.
Here, let me just put this one again, Hector. That way you can see it. And there you go. www.hectorhernandez.us. Down here in the
Nine
bottom.
Yep.
That's his
nine
Yep.
phone
five
number.
six 956-621-4422. State Farm Agent Hector Hernandez.
Yeah, and he is on. What's your address, Hector? You're at 16 or what?
My address is 624 Old Portisbell Road. You can find me on Facebook. You can Google me. You can find me on LinkedIn. It's Hector Hernandez State Farm.
And you're on ¿cuál Suite E, no?
Suite E. Yes, sir.
Hey, I remember. Here it is in case you, boom, there it is. That's the address. It's right across, well, a little bit further, across or catty corner from the Knights of Columbus Hall. And if you went to the Stripes, come back one block and you'll hit it.
Yeah, on the corner of Price Road and Old Portisbell Road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I do have customers around Texas. I've got some customers in Dallas and Houston, in the Austin area, in the Upper Valley. Okay.
Wow.
You're all over, man.
We're waiting for an office in Harlingen.
We're here to serve.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
The thing is, you just gotta call him up. Once you call Hector up, I mean, he's a drive, one drive away. Of course, with gas, the price it is, you'll get charged a service call.
No. If they've got an email address and they want to set up a Zoom conference, we have Zoom links. Okay. As long as I have an email, I'll send you a link. You accept, and we can have a conversation.
Nice.
From our computer to your computer. So we have the
technology
capabilities. Yep.
Yeah. No, it's true, because we even though we have all this technology, we don't think of the technology sometimes in things like this, and we bueno mañana, where I can't drive all the way over there. It's like, oh, dude, Zoom, Zoom conference, and then if you need to drive, you can drive later. But more than likely, by that point, you're probably more than likely willing to drive their way, because you're going for a sure thing. If that's the case, or whatever.
Hey, before we end, one thing that I also want to point out: when you apply for flood insurance, there's a typical standard 30-day wait.
Okay.
All right, so don't wait till it's hurricane season. Get a quote. Talk to your agent. Call us up, because unless you're signing off on a mortgage and you're going to be closing within a few weeks, there's going to be a standard 30-day wait.
Wow.
That's good to know.
And that's for if you don't have flood insurance, right?
If you don't have flood insurance, we
have flood insurance.
They'll make special exceptions if you're getting ready to close on a mortgage. Okay.
Yeah, because that's the hardest time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that takes time.
So don't wait till it's too late.
Wow.
Thank you, Hector.
Okay. All right.
Man, you're awesome, Hector. Take care. Have a good one, man.
Have a good night.
Hey, bye-bye, Hector. Thank you. State Farm, man.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is here.
We'll see you, Hector. Bye-bye. Take care. Wow, man. Every time he comes in, man, he has all of this knowledge, man, all of these insights of, I mean, like in your case, man, is your trailer, your mobile home, is it set up correctly? I mean, because somebody did it, but were they certified to do it? And if they did it right,
Let me just tell you, I'm more than sure it was done professionally, because the previous owners of this mobile home were actually two teachers, and everything they've done is top notch. Roof, flooring, insulation, storm windows. I mean, everything. So yeah, I'm more than sure. I just need to get somebody to get it certified, and get the insurance on it.
No te digo. No, pues está bueno.
But
cool.
What you got coming up on the agenda?
Oh my goodness, guy. Let's see. Mañana is Wednesday. We have Donnie. Let me see. Let me put it out here. I'm gonna have. Do I have it already? Let's see. Man, I don't have her stuff. I need to work on it. I think I already have it here. No. Now, anyway, but we have Donnie that's been here before.
Okay.
Let me. You know what? Let me go. Let me exit here Let me go to here and let me share a little bit of who's coming in here. Hold on, hold on. Taran, 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 taran. Come on, come on, come on, come on. ¿Dónde estamos? ¿Dónde estamos que no los damos? So anyway, here, I'll do this. I'll do this even better. Tomorrow night, guys, we have this coming up. A ver, wait, I think, you know what? I should go this way. Tomorrow.
Baby, you're making me feel this way. Thinking about you all day, you're making me sway. Your face flashes across my mind. All the goddamn time whispers inside. Cause all I need from you is your smile. Turn my world upside down, even for a while. And all I need from you is your smile and a couple of fantasies. Take me on the wildest ride. Oh baby, you're making me feel so fine. Every single time we're side by side. Your voice is sweet.
So that's tomorrow night. You really hit right. And then and then we got Aquila. Oh yeah, and then on Thursday we have a Tejano Hall of Famer coming in, and that's Chris Rodriguez. He's an accordion, and here's his video.
Yo de lejos con tu cuerpo sin igual, tu belleza relumbrando como cosa de cristal. Hago un cierro yo los ojos solo para imaginar que te tengo aquí a mi lado.
So they're coming in on Thursday, man, and actually he was doing a show today, and I went on it, and he said, I think his drummer might come in on the show as well. I mean, this guy owns a production. He's a producer. He's like big in the industry, and so I'm dealing with some people that are wow, Sharky. Not only that, Hey, Mariel, ¿cómo te va? No, she's from, where is she from? El Salvador, ¿cómo te va? Dame una llamada porque tengo un proyecto para nosotros. She's my buddy from up there, man. And then on Sunday, guys, we won't have a show on Sunday this Sunday. I am going to be busy, but we are having a Monday night Memorial Day show, and if you all were around when we started, we did a memorial a Memorial Day show, and it was Robert Castillo, which I have lost contact. If any of you know him, please hook him up with me. Tell him to call me because it's time to do that type of show. Myra Flores will come in for a little bit. I got Vangela Churchill's coming in. Sharky, I'm sure you're going to be part of that. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully I'll have a couple of soldiers that can tell stories about, their fallen friends that have fallen. That kind of deal. We'll do basically the same thing. It'll be totally different. And not only that, I have a surprise. We're gonna actually have the Star Spangled Banner sang to us.
The national anthem.
The national anthem sang to us by three amazing young ladies from the Nashville area. If you want to know who they are, go to our page. Uh, they're huge, man. And I can't, Sharky can't believe that I got them, man.
I
And I
can't.
posted that, and that thing's already, I think, what is it? I don't know, what is it? 3,000 already
Let me
likes
just
on
tell
it.
you. Let me give you a hint. They're national talent.
Yes, it's a national talent, and they're young, three young little
Yeah.
girls, and I had a conversations with her dad, Sean, and man, it was great, and he already shared it on his page. It's if you go to their page, it's already there, and he's saying all good stuff, and it's like. So yeah, we're definitely doing that. And then guys, let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't have it up here, or do I? No, I don't. I don't have it up yet. But come you know, come no, 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 let's Gabriel. No, I don't have her stuff up yet. But anyway, you already saw one of her songs on her page. I'm gonna have Gabriela Salazar coming in. She's a young 17-year-old Tejano superstar, a Tejano diva. She's got more than 16 songs out. She's been doing this ever since she was 11. So she's actually established, even though she's a little kid. I mean, she's 17. She visited our Attitude and Pasión show that we did. She just came in and said hi, bye, and we had a wonderful time. We talked to her mom, and she's gonna be here on June the 2nd at 8:30 on Thursday. Hilda and I are gonna do that show, and wow, man! I mean, we're definitely moving in directions where this is going. But that's everything that I have scheduled so far. So yeah, I'm into June already, man.
I was gonna say you have a full calendar already.
So yeah, pretty soon I'll be working on the rest of June and then moving into July. So if anybody wants to come, any businesses that want to come in, guys, and do kind of like what Hector just did, man, come on down. That's really the reason we're doing this, guys. And so we're here to create some good content and bring you some knowledge that you otherwise would not get, and let you know what's going on. We're not here for the cheese, man. We're not here for the drama. We're not here to put anybody down, man. We're all about the community, and of course, hey, any politicians want to come down and join us on easygoing politics, hey, we're here for you guys too as well. So
Yeah.
Sarky, anything, Sarky?
Yes, yes. I would like to remind everybody, prayers to Valde. There
Yes.
was a mass casualty shooting out there, and my prayers will be with them tonight as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Keep going. Sorry.
no, no, that was it. It's just a pretty sad situation. I can't comprehend the situation. I mean, these were elementary students. It just doesn't make any sense. I figured, there would have been some type of security
Yeah.
at the doors or at the school for that matter. It just they don't seem to be learning from previous.
No. I mean, you would think they would be. I mean, not that if you wanted. I mean, you wouldn't want this to happen, but if it was going to happen, you would think it would happen like in high school. But
Yeah,
man, elementary, man, God, man, nothing is
second,
sacred
third,
anymore.
second, third, and fourth graders.
Pobrecitos.
They're up to 21 casualties, 21 dead.
21 dead.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's sad. That's
Hmm.
20. I mean, God, you, man, it's just not no. It's not right.
That's
Right.
that's I mean that I understand that city only has, I believe, 20,000
It's a
in
small town.
population.
It's a small
So
town. I used to go there
so
to shoot
that's
at the Walmart, and
that is a lot of affected families over there.
yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of.
Yeah, everybody's related there. I mean, at some point, they're cousins or
Yeah.
tios or uncles or
Our
whatever.
prayers will be with y'all.
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys, we'll let you go. We're we're about an hour and 10 minutes. So see what happens, and you never know. We might do another show here later on. A ver qué pasa. Good luck to all the candidates. Elections are over, so we already know who won or who doesn't. We don't have the results, but I think Erasmo was doing some show on the results later on tonight, or actually he's gonna he already started. I think earlier at 7. Better see what happens. So Sharky, yeah,
is he doing them from France or Paris? I mean, he's always out and about.
He's always out and about, man. Este vato, man. He's always all over the place. So a ver qué pasa. So guys, this is Toxo Central RTV style. Give us the like, follow us, and definitely share. Guys, we thank you for the plus 2,500 followers that we have so far. Actually, we're getting close to 26 already. I saw that earlier. I think we're at 2570 followers. And
our goal for the year is 5,000. So we're still
we're on the ballpark. Hopefully we'll hit 3,000 by before July. Maybe we'll hit 3,000. A ver qué pasa. And then we'll just take 1,000 at a time. If we can hit 3,000, it's just we can easily hit the other 2,000.
Oh yeah.
But it's a milestone just to get to 2,500 followers, and we thank you because it's all you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
And then it's so great, man. Bueno, Sharky, we'll let you go, man. Let me start the music, and
Let's not forget this show was sponsored by State Farm Insurance.
This show was sponsored by State Farm Insurance.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm's always there. We'll see you, Sharky. Take care. All right, guys. So this is Talk Show Central RTV style. This is Royal and Sharky. Hector Hernandez was on the show tonight, guys. We will see you tomorrow as we visit with Donnie. On Thursday, we visit with Chris Rodriguez and so on. And then we'll have a Memorial Day show on Monday, guys. You are awesome. Thank you. Besitos, abrazos. And we are gone. Ciao.